Good evening, ma'am.
Good day.
Good evening, Rohini, and good evening, Kavita. I can see Sudarshan here on my this thing.
Hello, doctor.
How are you? I saw Renu Thakur here somewhere, a beautiful lady with white hair. She was here somewhere. And hi, how are you, Maria?
Hello, Miss Neerja.
How are you?
I'm great, darling.
Great. So good to see so many known faces over here, but I'm not able to see all of them. Wait, let me change the window. Yeah, now I can see better. Meenakshi, कैसी हैं?
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Seen you after ages.
Yes, ma'am.
But good to see this so many people. स्वप्नली बहुत दिनों में दिखाई दी मुझे.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Good.
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 How's your health?
Not good yesterday. Today it's much better. Yesterday was a bad day. Yeah.
Today
You
is
know,
better.
sometimes you get up with a wrong day or a bad day. So yesterday it was very bad, but fortunately I had my trainer Atman with me. And when this whole story happened, I was in the webinar only, so she immediately took care of it, and that's how it worked very well with me. Yeah. So I am good. Okay, great. So guys, you all know what this program is for. The whole idea of this is nothing. So, you know, this is like a spiritual kitty party. Okay, only I have what I can offer you is answers to your questions instead of tea cakes and tea. And there is no agenda for this get together, which we do once in a month in any case. So every time when we do any agenda, any webinar or anything, we always have to decide or finalize beforehand that this is what we are going to do and this is what is going to give us the result. And so without any expectations from you and without any plans from me, we meet here once in a month, and I really have started loving this day. We have decided that every third Sunday of the month we will be meeting. So see, if you people are interested, then you can replan it. I have many questions which have been coming to you from many days. So I have thought first I will answer those, and then if you people have any questions, and when those questions are finished, then we are just going to typically gossip and do nothing else. We'll see what's happening in the market these days, and who is learning what is it that you have learned in the meantime, and what is it that you can also contribute in the group. Shivani Dubey is saying that I too want to know whether healing is possible, and somebody else also said, oh, there are already 10 things on the chat. So should I start with chat or should I start the questions which people have been sending me for the last 1 month? What is the idea? What does
questions, I think.
Start with the questions.
Questions.
With the questions that I have got here?
Yes.
From people?
Then, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since these questions have come from different people, one question, two questions or things like that, so there will not be any connection between one question and another question. And so what I am going to do is I'm just going to see the individual questions and answer, and then maybe you can try to put 2 and 2 together. Because first question that comes is abruptly, ma'am, what is gravity? So whoever has written this question to me, I have to tell them, I am not a scientist. So if you really want to know the answer, what is gravity, you need to go and contact NASA. Probably they can answer you better. Your science professor can give you better. But if you really, and then this made me think, why is this person asking? And naturally, because this is what we are used to of getting everything in the spiritual manner, so I just started looking at it from the universe point of view, and I realized why people want to know about gravity, because probably gravity is one phenomenon only and only available on Earth planet and none of the other planets. So probably this person wants to ask me from that point of view, that how do I explain them according to the school of Earth? Because otherwise Earth, I don't teach geography, I don't teach science, I don't teach. But yeah, definitely I keep talking about how souls started getting pulled towards the gravity, and how the how the things started coming to the gravity, and what happened to us when we reached to the school of Earth. And now what do we need to do? Ab aaye gaye to kuch to karna hai. We have to do something about it. So to me, gravity is definitely, like some people have said, it is something that pulls you to the core of the Earth. But Earth only pulls that consciousness towards itself, which gets stagnated. So when there is a stagnation of the consciousness, now the gravity starts working on it. Now, if I want to see it from the point of view from the nirvana, that once a person dies and he does not come back, that's what Buddha has been talking about. If I start thinking from that point of view, so nirvana, definitely people who have absolutely zero attachment on Earth or Earth consciousness, or people who are left behind on the Earth, when they have zero attachment to them, is the time when you get moksha, right? Which means even if we have little bit of attachment left behind on Earth, some part of our consciousness can get stagnated with that attachment, and that gives opportunity to Earth to pull it down. And then you take birth again and again and again and again. So that is the reason why we need to work so much on our soul, because that's how it will go higher and higher. Attachments with the Earth will be lesser, and then we will be out of the area of the gravity. Because otherwise, if you're attached to things over here on Earth, then naturally your energies are heavy, you cannot go fast, and then you have to come back again. It does not mean that I do not want my students or people to come back again. I am so much in love with you all, and I think the attachment is over there, that na to mujhe milega nirvana, na aap log ko lene dungi. Don't worry, we have to meet again. But having said this, now point is this, that soul has density in it. Okay, soul still have density in it, whereas mind has no density on its own. And therefore, mind never stays alone. Mind always is intertwined with the soul. Okay? Now, if you want to work on your soul, you have no choice but to work on your mind. Because if your mind has heavy emotions in it, or mind has too many attachments with it, or mind has too much greed in it, regret in it, guilt in it, or any other heavy emotions, anger in it, or whatever it is, then the mind finds it very difficult to flow, to go higher. And in the bargain, a lot of part of our soul also stays beyond the bardo. And that's how soul keeps coming again and again. Okay. So I understand gravity this way. If you want to know more about gravity, I would suggest please contact Google Baba. He's excellent in it. The another question is, how do positive thoughts work? So probably this person wanted to ask that we are talking about keep positivity, keep positive thoughts. So probably he wants to know and understand how it works. Many of us over here already understand thoughts, and we also understand that thoughts are electromagnetic charges. Most of us, we know about it, that they have electromagnetic charges. Now, on Earth, time moves linear in the straight line. It moves straight. What time is over, we call it past. What time is going on, we call it present. What time is going to be, we call it future. So it is evening at the moment, so it's my present. At the moment, it is the present. In the morning, it was my past. And tonight, when I sleep, it will be the future. So time moves linear on the earth. And so does the electromagnetic charges, which is the thoughts. So, therefore, we always say, focus on what you want. Because wherever is your focus, which means wherever are your thoughts, your energies rushes to where your thought is. For example, say, one of your aunt is not well and she's in US. Okay? And now you're thinking about her, so which means your thoughts are in US. Which also means probably when you're sitting at home, it's 8:30 time and you have to cook food. But you're so much in those thoughts of your aunt that you will forget to cook food. You do it every day. It's your habit. It is supposed to be done by you. But today, because you have heard the news, your thoughts are there. So your complete consciousness is there. Your focus is there. So your thoughts, I mean, in your thoughts, the energy is in the hospital where your aunt is admitted. Maybe now the doctor has seen. Maybe they have taken her for the surgery. This must be happening. I hope she doesn't get the pain. I hope she comes out. So where is your thought? With your aunt. So where is your focus? With your aunt. And where is your energy? With your aunt. In spite of the fact that you are sitting in India. So always remember, wherever is your thought is where your energy is going. So therefore we say, keep your focus in positive thoughts so that your energy will travel there and it will be possible to achieve what you want. There is no harm in having negative thoughts because negativity for everyone is different. Maybe what is negative for you is positive for me. So for example, at the moment, I am 60 plus and I am under the line. And I am underline in the sense I have been told not to make sure, not to go out, maintain social distancing more than what my children have been told. All right. So for me, it is very positive that I don't go out of the house. But try talking the same thing to my children who are younger. If I ask them to stay inside the house, don't go out at all, they'll say, Mom, please. To them, this is negativity. They'll say, if you will think negative, negative will happen. So don't even think about it. All right. For them, it is negative. For me, it's positive. So negative and positive is very, very, very much in the context for whom you are talking and when and how and where. Okay. So when you talk negative, your thoughts are in the negativity. Naturally, your energy will go and visit the negativity. And wherever your energy will visit is what is going to happen as a tathasti. Therefore, it is a good idea to keep your thoughts towards the positive. And this is how positive thoughts are this is how the positive thoughts are manifested. Somebody's mic, please put it off.
Muted. Sanjeev's mic.
Okay. Is this clear? Yeah. So think positive and think that is how the manifestation will happen. If you will think negative, negative manifestation will also happen. Both things can happen. It is our judgment. We say this is positive and this is negative. So if you really want to think about negativity and you find it positivity, please go. So for example, fear. Everybody says fear is a very, very negative thought, heavy thought. I have my own doubts about it, very honestly speaking, because as I said, some fear is good for some people. For example, at the moment, for me to have a little fear and because of the fear to maintain the social distancing is good. I need it. So, I was just talking to somebody the other day and she said she was practicing one of the healing modality where she went and she left all her apprehensions, did the cord cutting with all the apprehensions. Mane, this apprehension, that apprehension, no, all the apprehensions. And from that day, she says, because there are no apprehensions, there are no fear, I'm not scared of anybody. From Sahasi, I became Dussahasi. And then it started giving so much of pain to the whole family because this person will get up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock at night, nothing happens, I'll go. And she was a girl. So naturally, the whole family is now awake, waiting for her to come back, or somebody is going behind her. She has no fear. So little bit fear is important. That much fear which is important for you. And the fear that does not work against the free will of others. If you're so fearless that you go and murder somebody, is it a positive thing? No, it's a negative thing. That much fear we should have, where we have a fear of interfering other people's free will. So, all emotions on this earth are important. This is what we should understand. It is relative theory. Today, what is important for me, tomorrow it may not be. It does not. Now, what happens is that when you try to do it, people say, "Arey, you have two types of thought process." It's not the 2 type or 3 type, 4 types. Same fear can be very useful sometimes and very useless sometimes. So supposing you're crossing a road and you see the traffic is too much on the road. That fear is important. But supposing there is no traffic on the road and you're still standing because 2 kilometers away I can see the light of a car coming, so I will not cross. No, the same thing becomes negative. It's not needed. So it is not about positive or negative, it is about appropriate or non-appropriate. What is appropriate now can become a non-appropriate, and therefore this much flexibility is important for us to have in our life. If you do not change according to your need, according to the need what is appropriate at that particular time, then it is rigidity. And rigids कौन होते हैं? Who are rigid people? Rigid क्या होता है? Anybody? Who is rigid?
Dead people.
Who?
Dead.
Dead people.
Dead people.
Well, people who are old.
They are the people, exactly. Dead people are rigid because they cannot move. And because they are rigid, they cannot move ahead. Only flexible people move ahead. That's why we have been given body, we have been given bones, we have been given joints, we have been given tissues so that we are mobile. And how will you remove your rigidity? Whenever you see an issue, see what is appropriate at this moment. Okay? So flexibility is important. All right. Anybody has written any question on this topic, Kavita? Just check the chat box. I saw somebody written something.
Maria has written, how does reading another's thoughts work? Do we sometimes pick up other people's thought, reading another mind?
Yeah. Yeah, we do pick up somebody else's thoughts because thoughts are electromagnetic charges. Now we all have a very common subconscious mind, Maria. Okay, we all are connected through the subconscious mind. It is only my conscious mind which makes me different than you. Okay, what is collective consciousness? We have heard about collective consciousness, right? And it is not about today that people have started talking about collective consciousness. In all the civilizations, whenever there was a particular thing which was needed desperately, people will get together in groups and they will start chanting and asking for it. In India, in Hindus, we used to call it yagya. But when it was no religions were not made. Huh? Hello? What happened? No form. Can somebody repeat what are you saying?
Rajlakshmi ji, please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Rajlakshmi, you're saying something to me? Or accidentally your mic was on. I think her mic was on accidentally.
I think she's unable to hear your voice.
No, my mistake. Sorry, Bluetooth came on. Sorry.
Okay, all right, okay.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, not at all. But it's just that your sounds seemed so much in emergency and desperate that I said, "What is happening here?" Okay.
Because you were saying something so interesting and I was totally into you and suddenly the voice went off.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, not an issue, not at all. Okay. So, where was I? But somebody has to remind me.
Collective consciousness.
The collective consciousness. So everybody would get together, even in when we were primitive humans, and then they will pray. Whenever chanting or praying, or even if they had no sound at that time, I mean, they didn't have a particular language of vocal cords, but they had learned to use the vocal cords. They were becoming from animals, we were becoming humans. So particular type of voices they will take out, you know, like hurrah, hurrah, jingalala, hurrah, all those things that used to happen that time. But idea was to collectively speak to the universe. Why? Because subconscious mind is all one. It is a collective consciousness. And the effect of the collective consciousness happens very fine and very fast. And that is the reason you will see whenever there is anything if there's a natural disaster these days or somebody is very unwell, so then we ask for healing, combined conscious collective healing we ask, because that really works very well. So that is your collective consciousness, and in collective consciousness I and you are the same. So when your thoughts are there and we are in the collective consciousness, I can only catch your thoughts when you are not aware of your conscious mind. And I am not aware of my conscious mind. then only I can catch your thoughts. Otherwise, it is not. Otherwise, conscious mind keeps telling us, I and you are different. Otherwise, the charges are the same. Instead of going to your mind, they can easily come to my subconscious mind and I can do it. And people who are therapists over here from any modality would know when we are working with our clients, many times, even before the client says something, we know this is what the client is going to say. It's possible. Yeah? Okay. So, yeah, we can read other people's thoughts, but as I said, you have to be thoughtless to read other people's thoughts. Third question is interesting. Achha, so this is a question that is regarding hypnotherapy. He says, who should learn or go for therapy of hypnotherapy? So this is a very, very, typical professional type of question, but I can tell you the answer. Who should learn or go for therapy? I feel hypnotherapy as a course, as a learning, as a knowledge, or as a therapy is only for those people who are ready to take the responsibility of their own life. कविता जी ये अच्छी है लाइन, इसको लिख लीजिए, we can use it. आपके पोस्टर पे आप लिख सकती हैं.
कौन सी line?
Now this, thank you so much for giving so much of attention, Kavita. Thank you.
I'm just looking into the WhatsApp groups. People want to join in now also.
Okay. What I'm saying is, okay, so you see the recording later on. But hypnotherapy is, as a therapy, as a learning modality, as a practicing modality, is only for those people who are ready to take the responsibility of their lives, who have already understood that blaming others have not given me anything throughout my life. It is only for those people. Okay. Another question is, do we get clarity at the time of death? Yeah, many times. And especially if it is not an accidental death or a sudden death. When the death comes to you slowly and you can see the death coming, then it is possible for you to get clarity of life that you have lived just now, many times. And that is why you will see very old people just before they die, they become weak, they keep sleeping, they will watch TV, they'll go off to sleep, they will, they're talking to you, people are sitting, suddenly they'll go off to sleep. What happens is they enter their own subconscious mind, something has triggered, they enter their subconscious mind, and as they enter their subconscious mind, they start reliving it. And this time, because while they are dying, their ego is not there at all. This time they see every event from a very soul point of view. So they start seeing it from the point where, that is why mostly people who are very old people, just before death, they start saying, tell that person I am sorry, or tell that person I have forgiven that person, it's all over, I want you people to live together for the rest of your life. You'll see these type of dramas very much in Hindi movies also. Just before death, people say sorry. So it is possible. Yeah. See, if I go to, according to Hinduism, in Hinduism, they have said there are 4 avasthas. Avasthas means state of human life. The first state is the state of a child. We call it Bal Avastha. Now, what is the job of this time period to which we call Bal Avastha? What is the job? What should a child do? What does a child do? Any idea? The child's job is take what you get. It has no critical filter. It does not decide what I have to receive, what I have to throw out. No. Whatever we give, child will take it. So that is the state of taking in. Everything that my environment gives me, I am taking it in. That is what a child's job is. What is the, after the childhood, that next avastha, that state that comes, is called grihasthi or grihast avastha, which means a married life. Now, basically, it's not, doesn't mean married life, it means a family life. So you can have a family without getting married. So I'm not going into any of those social things before people start saying, okay, ma'am, I am in a live-in relationship. Does it mean I don't have a grihasthi? No, please, it is a grihasthi. Okay.
Ma'am,
So,
second is Yuva, third is Grahastha.
yeah. So Yuva and Bal avastha is always taking in. Yuva is an avastha that we have started saying. So if you really go back in our Shastra's time, Bal and Yuva were together. So even to whom we call Yuva, like 15, 16-year-old boy, or 12 years or 13-year-old boy. So to them, Bal avastha was when the critical filter is not made, and Yuva is when the critical filter is made. 15-16 saal mein to people used to go in the grihastha ashram. So therefore, to us, Yuva at the moment is also the same state where you are only receiving. If people who have done the stages, remember I always used to say that when you are in a puberty, adolescent age, transformations going on, that your critical filter is always broken. You can't even analyze what you are taking. You just keep taking the information. And if your friend says, okay, let's have alcohol, you will have alcohol without bothering that your mother wants it or not. You know? Remember? So that is also to us the same thing. A Bal avastha and Yuva avastha has the same state, has the same thing to do, just receiving. Now, when you go to the grihastha avastha or a family life, that is the time you give out what you have received till you were Bal or Yuva. So, when you have a family and you have Yuva, Bal or kids with you, you start giving the kids what you have received from your environment. So that is the state of giving. Whatever I have received, I am now giving it to my family. Okay. Sudarshan, just check if your mic is on. No? Okay. Yes. When it comes to Vanprasth, that is the third state. So people who are not from India, Vanprasth was a state that everybody had to go through after the married or the family life, which generally used to come after the first child in the family gets married. Kavita, is there a reason for it or only I can hear it?
No, Shambhu's this thing was on and I pressed it mute twice.
Oh, so now it is off?
Now it is off. It came on and then I pressed again. Again, it's on. Shambhu?
Shambhu, is there something you want to
No.
ask?
He's put on mute now.
All right. Now, when you are in Vanprasth, which means in that time, in Hinduism, they used to say once your child is married and his wife comes home, you are supposed to stay in a forest. But actually, it was not forest itself where you go and stay. People used to actually face towards the forest and sit. Their face used to be towards the forest. Vanprastha means movement towards now the forest. So the thing was that the elders of the house who have already given what they had learned to the kids will now keep the face at the forest, but if a child needs me, I will be available. But otherwise, I am towards the forest and ready to move. This was also the time was used by the elders to pull out their energies from whatever they had given. Which means whatever I had received as a child, I gave it to you at the time when I was in the family life, but now I am pulling myself out of it, what I have given to you, which means what you want to listen, what you want to do, what you want to adhere to is your choice, your free will. So just supposing if I tell my child, I have learned stealing is bad, and I tell my child stealing is bad. So now I have faced to the forest side, and on this side, I will not even see. I'm pulling my energies out of what I have taught. I'm not even going to see whether you're stealing or not. Because now if you choose to steal, this is your choice and the consequence will be with you. It is not like we do it today, that a 70-year-old man wants his son to listen to him at the age of 40 and do the business according to what he has taught. And that is why so much of stress is coming. Because when we give something, what we have received, then one has to have a stage in which you pull out your energies from what you have given. That was called Vanprastha. And after a period of time, so they used to say when the grandchild or grandchild's child come, because in those days, you know, everybody used to get married by 15, 16, 18. So by the time you are 50, 60, you have grandchild or probably grandchild's child is also playing somewhere around. That's the time is now called sannyasa. Sannyasa means leave everything, whatever you have collected, your views, your relationships, your attachments, your possessions, your zameen, means your property, whatever you have collected till now, you leave every single thing, get detached. And it is easier for you now to get detached because you have already started practicing it when you are in Vanprastha. So people who are able to live all these 4 stages properly can decide how they die. That decision is in their hand. Otherwise, no. So this question that, do we have the clarity at time of death? Yes, we have the clarity at the time of death if we have lived all these things together. Now, at this time, if I say at the age of, you know, your son is married, now you go and sit in the Vanprastha, people will kill me. Because in that case, I should have not been sitting here and giving gyan to you people. But what I mean to say is, at least what we can do is we can learn to withdraw our energies. Because when whatever knowledge you have given to anybody, if after giving the knowledge and I pull out my energy from there, then it is absolutely okay for me to get the clarity, and I will get the clarity. Why? Because there is no ego. If there is no ego, there is no critical filter. If there is no critical filter, I am what I am, not what I am projecting. I don't become what I want people to see me as. That happens from the conscious mind. That happens when the critical filter is there. But when your critical filter is thinner, when there are no judgments for yourself and for others, your critical filter becomes thinner. No ego. And when there is no ego, easily I can withdraw myself from all the energy that I have given. Otherwise, you give property to your son, you give your business to your son, and you are attached to it. So what is giving then? Then why do we say we have given? No, we have not. Don't be attached to it. I know it's easier said than practicing, and because I work on it so much, and because I have lesser time probably for my family, so 15% I'm able to practice. I still need 85% more to work on it. Yeah,
Miss
questions? Yeah.
There are people who may not know what is critical filter because there are new people here in the group.
Okay. So critical filter is basically that part of our consciousness, our mind, through which all the information that we take and we store in our subconscious mind. So it's like a judge. So critical filter is somebody who will, like, if you have to store the files in your subconscious mind, then these are the people, your clerk should know what is your job, what do you do, where do you go, and then you have to guide them how you will store my files, how you're going to file my papers. So probably a lawyer will explain in a very different way. Okay, these papers will go for my clients who are already done. These are the ones who have been already, the charge sheet is already put. These are the ones who have paid me. This is the file for people who have not paid me. These are the file of people who have been convicted. So lawyer will file according to his word. But will a doctor also file the same way? No. His files will be, these are the patient who came to me from the first time. These are the ones whose diagnosis has happened. This is the ones whose results are yet to come. These are the ones which are special cases. These are the ones which need surgery. So his files will be different. Similarly, each one of us are different. And what makes us different is our critical filter. If you want to know more in detail, I will be doing a 2 days class for 3 hours each. We call it Radical Crystalline Mind very soon, and we will be sending you people the information. Because if you are here, I know Kavita has your information. And she's not going to spare you. So when we do this course, and when I announce, it will be announced to you. Short 2 days course, 4 hours, 3 hours, which will tell you what is critical filter and how it works. This course is called Radical Crystalline Mind. Other than this, we do a course which is called Awakening, Soul Awakening, which has a level 1, which is called Mind Your Mind. In that, we teach much more in detail. That also is for 2 days, but longer hours. So please feel free. We will definitely talk about it in detail. Any questions, Kavita, on the chat? On this clarity or at the time of death?
This pulling out of consciousness should be nowadays, now a day-to-day process as consciousness is evolving.
Yeah.
You do not have to wait for one prastha. Shambhu says this.
Okay, that way. See, if you are in the family life where your children are growing up and you give them what you have learned and you pull out your consciousness from there, then probably you are doing incomplete work towards your children. Because then the kids are small, it is your job to not only give them what you have received, but also to show them how to use it. So at that time, if you start taking one prastha or if you start pulling out your consciousness from them.
नहीं आएगी वो अभी मैं जाऊंगी लेने
Asfiya.
अच्छा थोड़ी देर में चली जाना अस्फिया. Okay. So then this one prastha or pulling your consciousness from your job, your duty, what you have taken responsibility, no, then it will not be a good thing. Everything happens at the right time and in the right way. Okay, any other questions, Kavita?
There was one Black Lives question, but then I guess this is not relevant to this topic at the moment.
What is it? It is?
A question, if there is time, the political, this will take it later.
We'll take it later. All right.
Yeah. Okay. That's for the racial discrimination, basically.
Yeah. I will talk about that. I will also talk about suicide. So let's wait for a while, because that is an important thing which is very, very much on people's mind. This is. And yeah, somebody has also written, do we choose how we die? Yeah, I'll answer this question. Another question is, what creates karma? If I am not aware what I am doing is right or wrong, will that create karma? 2 is one of the questions. What creates karma? So let's understand what is karma. For people who are new on this forum, I want to repeat something, and that is karma is not anything that we need to suffer. Karma is not a punishment. Karma is not a bitch which comes from your backside and bites you. Okay? It is not that. Karma is something that completes you. Okay? Say, for example, I'm sitting in this room and there is a wall in front of me. I'll pick up a ball and I will throw the ball. When I'm throwing this ball, there are energies of mine which are going in the ball. Yeah, because when I'm throwing it, I am putting my energy to it. That is why it is reaching till the wall. Otherwise, I'll just pick up the ball and I will leave it without using my energy. It will drop here only. But if I want my ball to move to a particular side or a place, then I definitely need to put my energy. Now, when the ball goes and touches the wall, what will happen? It will come back to me, bounce back to me. Why? Because there is a wall. It will touch the wall, whatever energy, the pressure that I have put the ball in, ball will come back to me with the same amount of pressure. Which means the moment I take the ball back, I take my energy back and I'm complete. Supposing there is no wall. And if there is no wall and I throw the ball, what will happen? Will the ball ever come back to me? No, it will go away. And when it goes away, it takes away my energy and it incompletes me, leaves me incomplete. So, when we are on this earth, we take birth and we take the body, immediately our limitation starts. Okay? But when there is no limitation, I can go wherever I want to and never come back. And that is what happens with the spirits. Because they don't have a body, they can move anywhere. You are sitting here. Your body is in India. Your mind and soul can easily be with your son in USA. Without any visa, no flight tickets. You can easily be, because your mind and soul can travel because they have unlimited. There is no limit in front of them. Body gives you limitation. So the moment you are on this earth, there are limitations, and because of these limitations, whatever energy out of you will go will have to come back to you, period. That's what karma is. So karma is something which completes you. But, so we don't say if you will do something wrong, God will punish you, karma will come back to you. No. If you want to do something wrong, it is your free will. I think it is wrong, you may not judge it wrong. So you have all the right to do it. But when the energy comes back to you, then don't complain, then accept it. Then you have to accept it. Thank you, Asya. Okay? Am I clear? What is karma? Karma is nothing to suffer. Just keep you conscious. What is it that you want to receive back? Don't want to receive back, it's okay. You want to receive a particular thing back, it's okay. Who am I to say this is right and this is wrong? Nobody. Is karma clear to everyone? So stop getting scared of your karmas. Just start working on karma with awareness. That's all. Okay? Now, second question is, the question was what? What creates karma? Unawareness, yeah. Karma is an energy which will come back to you if you are given period. Aware or not aware. Doesn't matter, it's your energy, it will come back to you. If you are aware of doing something, probably when it comes back to you, you will be more in acceptance. But if we are not aware of it, and you do something without awareness, and then when it comes back to you, you are caught unaware, and that can give you pain. So the whole idea of us sitting here today is what? I am not teaching any course. I am not giving you any certificate. What we are doing is we are exchanging awareness about everything. That's all. If you are aware, you'll accept what comes back to you. That's it. See, we all understand that there are plugs, you know, from where electricity comes. You go and touch the plug. What is it that you will receive? Shock, right? You are aware that this is the job of the electricity, to give the shock back. You know that. Still, by chance, or maybe while you are working over there, you touch it, you will get the shock. There is a child who is crawling, and this child has absolutely no idea what the hell is this. And without any awareness, the child goes and touches that socket. What will happen? Will the child get the shock or not? It will. Because electricity does what its job is. Its job is to give you a shock because the current that runs in it is on a much higher speed than the blood that flows in your blood vessels. The speed is so different, and that is why we feel like a shock. It's simple. Whether your child is aware or not, his speed of blood running in the blood vessel will not change. You know everything, still it will not change. What you can do is still, because you are aware, so while you are touching electricity or the socket, you will be a little more conscious. So probably you will wear rubber chappals. Maybe you will, you know, in your hands you will have gloves. Or you will touch it with something which is made of wood, because you are aware that in the wood, the charges do not run. Because you are aware, you will use that. And therefore, chances of you getting the current and the shock is much lesser. You will get it, but the effect will be lesser. But for the unaware person, sorry, I don't care you are a child, no child. Electricity has absolutely no emotions. The electricity understands you touch me, my speed. I will not change my speed. Can you make my speed and your speed the same? Perfect, come over. If you can't, I'm sorry. This is what you get. Similarly with karmas. You are aware, very good. At least you will take precautions, even if you know that the outcome that will come back to me, this energy will give me pain. But if you're aware, either you will not do it, or even if it is important for you, you will immediately get into your forgiveness or understanding or have empathy for the person whom you do whatever you do. So there are chances that karma will bite you lesser. Okay, so because environment has absolutely no role to play in your karma. Karma is formed whenever in any of your action there is an energy of emotion. The moment there is an energy of emotion, now this energy of emotion has to come back to you. That's how karma is formed. So environment has no issues. How you respond to that action or the environment is where karma is, because the way you react or respond is where emotions are. So karma is not formed because of the environment that you live in, but karma is formed when how you respond to that environment. If you respond to any environment without any emotion, on a, what we call it in Hindi, we call it Dishta Bhav. In English, we call it observer's mode. No karma is made. Okay. Another question is why we have CP? A CP or mentally retarded kids. Whose karma is it?
Miss Neerja, okay, this is karma continuing. Okay, there are a few questions in the chat related to that.
I'll come
So
back.
after this, yeah.
Yeah. Why we have CP or mental retarded kids? Whose karma is it? When a child is born, and when the child is born with so many such issues, generally it is the karma of the parents. They experience it. The child is unaware. So child is not having any emotion. It's the emotions that we suffer. So who is suffering? The parents, because they have the emotions. So it is the karma of the parents, whoever wrote this question to me. There's one question which is very out of place. How can I attract Lakshmi? Maybe just in the end you remind me and I will answer you, because other questions which we say, do we choose how to die, how we die, what happens if we commit suicides? And these are more karma related questions. So maybe I can answer on these first, and then how can I attract Lakshmi? Wow, we will talk about in the end. That will be your carry back home, because everybody wants it. All right.
We also have one Lakshmi here, Raj Lakshmi.
Raj Lakshmi. She's not only Lakshmi. She is Lakshmi, which is doing the Raj. All right. Another question that comes to us is suicides. First of all, I want to tell you people that suicide is not a new phenomenon. It had always been there. And it had been there since the human existence started. I'm not going to talk about a particular person. That this person committed suicide, why it committed, what happened, no. I can talk to you about the phenomenon of suicide. that I can talk from the soul point of view. So none of my comments should be taken personally for anybody who has committed suicide till date. We already, when we come on the earth, we have our blueprint ready. What is it that I am going to learn in this particular life, this time when I go on earth? And we fix our number of breath also. So, where is suicide coming into it? Sometimes we get deviated from our blueprint because we don't have the blueprint. The blueprint is with our subconscious mind. So once you come down and blueprint is not there, your GPS is not working, then you tend to deviate from your route. And when you deviate from your route, what happens? Your resources are limited, because when you have a body, you have everything limited. Even your breaths are limited. You can't breathe as much as you want to. It's pre-decided. So your resources are limited. And when we get deviated, and we have to be alive and deviated, so we use our number of breaths for that deviation. So the resources of our number of breath becomes lesser. And we are not able to complete our learning. But number of breaths are over. These are the reasons where accidents are also caused. Suddenly, and we say, oh, such a young guy, he had just started living his life and he went away. Yeah, because he delayed, he got deviated. And when he actually started living the life, by the time he understood what life was, he understood what enjoyment was, it was over. Number of breaths were over. One is, these are called sudden deaths or before time death. We say before time, for them the time is there. Sometimes, so what happens is, when we are making our blueprint, we are making it on the soul level. And on the soul level, everything is very, very nice. There is love and love and love and only love. Right? So you take a lot of work on you. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, I'll do this. Somebody says, who will do this? Yes, sir. Who will do this? Yes, ma'am. And I want to do everything because I have so much of backlog. This life, when I go, I'm going to complete it. And that's how they bring many learnings with them. And from the childhood, they start having a life where they start learning. We say, oh, this person has a life. From the childhood, he has had a very difficult life. But that's what he has chosen. Because he has chosen a lot of work to do. Now, while he's doing it, on the way of completing his learning, he gets tired. He forgets, or she forgets, that this was what they were supposed to learn. They forget it. They get tired. And then they say, okay, no, not now, I'll come again. Or maybe without a body, I want to complete my learning. I don't want to complete it with a body also. Because then 3 dimensions are too much of work. Because body has so much of limitation. So I don't want to have a body, and through mind and soul, I will complete my learnings. So these are the people who can bring an end to their bodies. And this has been happening for many, many years. Now, what happens if it is a suicide? If it is a suicide, which means you have left the work incomplete. Next time, whenever you get a body, you will have to finish this much work which you left incomplete, and then from there you will start the new work, whatever you have decided. And therefore, lives become more painful because if you have to learn so much. So if you fail in class 5 and you have to repeat your 5 and 6 together, what will you do? You will have no time to enjoy life because you have to complete that course of class 5th and then you have to complete the class 6th course also. So this is what happens. Saying that it is a sin, it is an act of cowardness, or it is an act of smartness. These are all our judgments. It is okay to judge other people's mind, but for God's sake, don't judge other people's soul's decisions. If I want to repeat a class, it is my own free will. Who are we to say and judge he's a failure or she's a failure? We are nobody. I want to do it better. I don't want to do it in this environment. And you will see many, many cases on, suicides are on a higher level. Because many people want to come back on the earth when the environment is much better, when the frequency will be very high. So we, people like me, you, all of us here, we are working to make sure that the frequency of the earth becomes higher. Because from Dwapar we move, from Dwapar we move to Treta. They want to come that time when the environment is more conducive for them to complete their learning, so that they can complete their learning when the environment is more of love, understanding, sympathy, which we all are trying to make, which all the new consciousness generation is doing. The new generation with the new DNA, with the 12 strands DNA, a crystal DNA, is doing it. They are very clear what they want to do. The new consciousness has no fear, no conspiracy. In fact, they don't even believe in respiration. I will do what I am inspired to do. That is what new generation is. So this is the new generation which will grow up and become our age after, say, 40 years, 50 years. So you can well imagine what a beautiful environment it will be. So many souls are deciding to come then and complete what they have to complete. So they say, okay, I will do more work, but at least environment will be better. Yeah, like we do, we say, okay, it's better to go to Goa and start working over there. I know my parents will not be there. I know I will have to cook the food myself. I know it will be very difficult, but at least the weather will be good, yeah. I will be able to produce more. I will be able to give better results. I will be able to do more work. So they prefer it that way. So it is a personal choice of people. Generally, we do not choose it. How to die, unless in some cases it is a very karmic choice. So supposing, for example, some people believe that, supposing in one of the lives, say you have decided, believe that you have misused your body. Maybe you were very strong, you were a pehelwan, or you were somebody like that, and you have misused your body. If such is the case, then you can choose that in the life, when I will die with the destruction of the body. I had a case of cancer. So I really was wondering, okay, we were doing the past life regression and we realized this person was a, what do you call it, head of a mutt, you know, of a organization. And in that organization, there were orphan kids were kept there. And this man used his power to do wrong things with the kids. And the best part is he's constantly saying, not the body. It was not molestation and it was not pedophile or whatever it is called. Only using those kids for his own benefit so much that the child's body will get tired. So maybe he'll put them into the farms that he had, or maybe he would put them to he had a kettle shed and he will make them work a lot with the kettles and all. And then at the time of death, he says, I was supposed to protect them. That was the job given to me. I did not protect them. Instead of protecting them, I became a sin to them. I couldn't protect them. I did not protect them. I, in fact, became the reason for their survival, for their death. So in this life, I have cancer. And I'm just now wondering, because he's saying very clearly, I've done nothing bodily, in the sense like, you know, there was no molestation or misuse of their body or sexual abuse or something like that. So I'm just wondering, and this person says, yeah, so all those cells which are supposed to protect me and give me a better life are going to be the reason for my death. Because that's what I did with those kids. So the cells became him, and the kids, the body became him, and the cells became the kids. So one cell which is supposed to protect another cell is killing another cell, and is killing another cell, and is killing another cell. And the language he used in Hindi was Rakshak Bhakshak ban gaya. The person who is supposed to protect you became your abuser. Okay, so these are now the choices where I choose that I will leave the body this way. Okay, otherwise, generally, so these are very karmic choices. Otherwise, you don't choose how you die. You can only choose to die nicely, peacefully. And that can only happen if your critical filter is absolutely thin by the time you are ready to die. That's the only thing.
Ma'am?
Yeah, Navneet?
Ma'am, the thing that you said about soul choices, and we are no one to judge them, agree with that. But when we talk about mind choices, and let's say the person is depressive, and because he is depressive, he is taking or she is taking that step to end his or her life, what to do then? How to see it then? We are
Still
not to judge any time.
Yeah, still
Because
without
this is
any
not our
judgment.
story.
Yeah, this is again without a judgment, because see, we all have choices and options. And the two most important options that we are given always is to fight or flight for your survival. Unfortunately, we have started putting it in our kids' mind that running away or flight is no choice. Only very coward people run away or flight, take a flight. No, flight is equally given us by universe as an option. Why do we have to judge if something I cannot handle and I leave it and I go?
Yeah, Krishna did that.
Yeah, he went.
Krishna
he did that.
He used to run away from war or fight, and he had one name.
No, that is other. Yeah, no. But then you see, that is because he knew which fight he has come to learn. But with Krishna, if you have brought it, then you know about Krishna. How Dwarka was made. When Krishna went to Mathura and he killed Kans, then Kans' father-in-law, I think his name was Janasur, Janasang, something like that. So when he came to know, he got very upset that my son-in-law has been killed by this person and I am going to take revenge. So I don't know how many times, 18 or 19 times, he attacked Mathura to kill Krishna. But Krishna with his own people around him fought. That is his Yodha part. That time he was a Yodha. He lived a Yodha life in Mathura. He did not live a Bal life in Mathura. Now when he is, so then, because he was Krishna and God, he was aware of all the blueprints. He also understood one person whom he cannot kill will be, his name was Kalasur or Bhav. Kal Bhairav, ऐसे कुछ नाम था. There was some name. I am bad with names. You people all know about it now. So you can Google it. So I think it was, his name was Kal Bhairav or something like that. Now, when on the 19th or 20th time, Janasur made him the Senapati of his army. And when he became the general of the army, and now he is in the front and the whole army is coming from back, is supporting him from the back. And now Krishna knows this guy has been blessed not to be killed. So he took all the Mathura people and he went away. He left Mathura and he started a new city called Dwarka. That's how Dwarka was made by Krishna. Which means it's okay to move on, to leave the place and go. You are not a coward. He was not a coward. He very well knew that if I will continue fighting, my people will die. And this is not the fight they have come to fight. This is not with this guy. This is not the story. Story is Mahabharata. That's where I will need this army. So please, with everyone, if something is not giving you success and you want to leave it and you want to go and do something else, please encourage your children to do that. It is not running away. It is not escaping. It is not cowardness. We have options to leave and move on when we do not. What is depression? When you cannot fight and you cannot flight. Because we have created in our environment that if you start something and if you're not successful and somebody is more powerful than you, then and you come back and you start do something else, you are a coward. You have run away from the battleground. Where is the harm in running away from the battleground? I made an effort, not successful. Probably this was not my blueprint. So, okay, I go to something else. Where is the harm in it? But because we have made it so much nowadays, if children do something and they're not able to achieve what they wanted to achieve, or if they want to, their just interest changes. And if they leave that place, people say Bhagod hai, and people start criticizing and judging him. We have to stop this. Only when we will stop, others will stop. If a child comes to me, he's done 3rd year of law from one of the best colleges in India. And now he says, I don't want to do it. So don't do it. What do you want to do? He says, I want to have a food truck. So go and have a food truck. No, my parents says, for that we have spent 20 lakh rupees on you for 3 years to make you a food truck. It's okay if the child wants, and you can afford. If you can afford 15 lakh rupees to get his your admission there, it's okay. Give him a chance. What will happen? He will fail. He will come back and again do the law. He will become vakil. How difficult it is. He will have only spent 2, 3, 4 years. He must have spoiled. Doesn't matter. Why we have made it a rat race in our life that we have to have lived 80 years or we have to live for 60 years. Out of 60 years, in 20 years I have to settle down and 40 years I have to enjoy my success. Why? Success for 1 year if you enjoy, you will die a happier person. Doesn't matter, 59 years you want to try, go ahead and try. 1 year at least success, you will die, you will have experience of success. Otherwise, just to want to become successful at the age of 20, 25, 30, you take away the experience from a child of being successful. In karma story, one thing is very, very clear. Whatever, when you live a life which is very happy or which is very satiated, you do not have to come back to complete that aspect of yours. Otherwise, you have to. This is what Corona, again, in my last time also I said, and again this time. Sitting at home, we are all completing our karmas. Whatever you have been running away, you are now stuck with it. So husband, wife have a problem. Husband goes to office every day ignoring the wife. Now he has no choice. 24/7, sit there. Talk, fight, do what you want to do. Complete it now in this life. Because next life you will not get the time to complete your karma because we will be on a much higher level. So do it now. And this is what is happening. So same experience, you don't have to come if you're satiated. If you have seen success for 1 year of your life out of 60 years, you don't have to come and next life and compete and to experience the success. It's okay. It's done. It's over. So according to me, these were the only questions which I had to speak, and I have spoken. Please understand, if we judge people for their choices they have made to live or not to live, the way they live or the way they exit, then constantly that would be on our mind. More you judge, more it will be on your mind. And that's what is happening to the collective consciousness at the moment in the world. India, maximum. We have had suicide cases before, but collective consciousness has never ever been disturbed so much as it was done this time. Because we all have to now learn to come out of judgment and accept it as a person's own choices. Whether he could fight it, whether he could not fight it, his choice. And the day we stop judging them, slowly the whole story will be quiet.
So there is a similar question on these lines. Is suicide a crime or a sin?
Suicide is a choice. And choices are neither crime nor sin. Choices come from your free will. And we, as a human, the moment we come from animals, become humans, we are given a free will. Free will is even with the animals. But animals' free will stays till their solar chakra, where it is the territory, it is the survival, and it is having pleasure. But the moment you become human, you start getting your heart chakra starts working. It gets activated. So now you get the choices to love, to hate, accept, not accept, things like that. What to speak, what not to speak, what to listen or not listen to others. Your intuitiveness, your implementation, your connection with your spiritual life. All these chakras start activating. And they are activated, and the moment they are activated, now you have choices with that also. So understand these are the choices. That person chose that, I choose this. Choose life. That's all I am saying. Choose life. Because whatever has to happen, whatever is the experience, this has to change. It will not remain forever. It will go away. So please choose life. Okay? Nice to see a name called Vinya Riker. After ages, Vinya, how have you been? And Mohini, this is
Fine,
not
madam. Thank you.
good,
Thank you.
Vinya.
Yeah.
Mohini, it is not fair that you sit on the terrace and attend the program. You can't do this to me. I want my consciousness on my table and you take it away from here. Not fair. You are to unmute, yeah.
Moini ma'am, we can't hear you. You'll have to bring the mic closer.
I said my volume, this thing. इसका जो मेरे कैमरे इसकी बैटरी इतनी लो हो गई कि मुझे अंदर आना पड़ा. इसकी कॉन्शियसनेस ने मुझे अंदर वापस कर दिया.
Yeah, good. I made sure I manifested it. And the weather is so good in Mumbai at the moment. So all the more, yeah, and we have got such hot weather, so you can't do that.
I'll send you some pictures of my sky, pink sky.
Okay, the sky is pink. All right, great. All right, so any other questions, Kavita? Now you can start reading because we are already 7:30, so maybe you can start reading.
So many questions. Before that, Charanjit has raised a hand. Charanjit, could you please ask your question?
Hello, ma'am. First of all, it's so nice to attend your session once again. Ma'am, it's a relevant question is what the topic is at present going on. It's like, I understand it's about the choices. Now, we don't have that much of wisdom to make that high wisdom as a normal human being. So what is to be done for that?
So most of the people who are planning and leaving the world like this are the one who are taking the responsibility to bring your wisdom to that level where you can respect other people's choices. That's what they're doing.
My question is not about societal choices. It's about normal choices in life.
Yeah. So can you come with the... Yeah, so can you, okay, so people who do not have the wisdom and when they make the choices, right?
Yeah.
Is that what your question is?
Yeah, and at times it's our experiences also that make us learn that our choice was not okay or we are not sufficient enough we don't have that ability to make wise choices. So what is that which will help us in making wise choices in life, in everyday situations or in major concerns of life?
Charanjit, there is not a single choice that we make which does not benefit us some way or the other. It teaches us something. There are no choices are right or wrong. Only thing is that a choice is appropriate or non-appropriate. When the choice is appropriate, it teaches what makes us happy. That's all. It gives us an emotion of happiness. It doesn't give us wisdom. But when you make inappropriate choices, that's what gives you the learning that teaches you, and that's where the wisdom comes. So in this life, if you have come to attain wisdom, then be ready to make choices to which you call wrong and I say inappropriate. Okay. It is there to teach you something. What has it taught me? What did I gain out of it? How did it benefit me? You will get the answer. Not a single choice which will not give, from where you cannot gain anything. Otherwise, it will not be there. Every experience is there to give you wisdom. See, the soul has all the knowledge, Charanjit. Understand that. Okay. The soul has all the knowledge. But knowledge needs to be converted into wisdom, and it can only be converted into wisdom when it experiences the knowledge. And that's the reason why soul, in spite of the fact having all the knowledge, will choose a body to experience and convert its own knowledge into wisdom. Because experience ke liye you need body. It's only your body which can experience something. Okay? So now you have a body to experience. Whatever knowledge the soul has, experienced by body converts into wisdom. Wisdom is collective. It is for the whole world. So when you make an inappropriate choice, which according to your judgment is inappropriate, not from the soul point of view. For them, it is an appropriate one. Then something happens in your life that is called experience, and that experience makes you a wiser person. Soul is very happy when you make wrong choices. Because now soul is wiser.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So don't judge yourself when you make wrong choices. In fact, if you make wrong choices, you sit down and see, what did I learn out of it? Now it has become wisdom, and now pat your back.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, Chiranjeev. Next question, Kavita, can you read it?
When we say blueprint, means
Yeah.
human birth leads to learn something on earth. Is that karma? Else, it can be any type of living birth.
So there are two different words you have used, is blueprint and karma. What is karma? I have already explained it. What is blueprint? Blueprint is what you decide to experience on the earth in a particular birth. It can be good, it can, now when you come on the earth and the moment you are given a mind and from the mind comes a critical filter, now you start judging it is good or bad. But when you're on the soul level, there is no mind. So for over there, everything is good. So supposing you have come to experience lack in your life, that is also an experience. For you, it is wrong. It is wrong to be so poor. It is bad to be so poor. I didn't want to be poor. But your soul didn't know it was bad. So soul said, let's be poor. And let's understand how to make the best of life without all the resources and with my own ability. So now soul comes down with this blueprint. But the moment you're born in a family which does not have much money, there is a lack in that family, and now you start criticizing and judging what a bad family we are living in. What nonsense is this? Is that clear? So you are judging that it is right or wrong, this is painful or not painful. I can tell you many people who can stay gharib for the rest of their life and have, I mean, we don't have many cases, but common people only I can talk with, whom you also know, I also know. So if you see our president, what was his name? The scientist. I'm so bad at names here. I have to do something about it. What is the name of other president who was the scientist also?
Abdul Kalam.
Abdul Kalam. He had no complaints with his way of living. So it was okay for him. Okay. So when you are come down with a particular blueprint and when you experience it and when you judge that experience, it becomes karma. Because then emotion will come. And now it will become karma. So now it becomes karmic that you have taken birth in such a poor family. But when you made your blueprint, there was no emotion in it. It was only kriya. You could have come in that family where there was lack of money and still enjoyed and satiated your life. Then it wouldn't have become karma. But because you criticize it and if you judge it, then now emotion will come with judgment and now it becomes karma. Okay? Yeah, Kavita, next question.
Meenakshi is asking, ma'am, once in psychology class, it was said suicide is a disease, and you are saying suicide is a choice. So, ma'am, what's the difference between that or how it is related?
Simply, Meenakshi, your psychology classes teaches you your conscious mind and they're absolutely right. What I talk is soul. And I talk about spirit. And I talk about choices, therefore. So my teaching and their teaching will be different in language. Ultimately, both of us say only one thing. Do whatever you want to do, but please live. That's why I wouldn't say that it is a dis-ease. Yes, of course, you are not at ease. Therefore, that is a dis-ease. The person who commits suicide is not at ease with his life. So, yes, it is a dis-ease. But the point is, what I am saying is, he picked up the choice of escaping. let's respect and honor it. Instead of doing the postmortem of that choice of his. Yes, if he was at ease, he wouldn't do that. So the job of psychology is to make sure that everyone is at ease, so that nobody is at dis of the ease. That's all.
Madhuri is asking, ma'am, does this hold true for complete acceptance of illness as well?
Absolutely. If you accept your illness, you do not have to come again to experience and accept it again. So do it now. The only thing that can save you from repeating a same thing is by accepting it. The only thing that can pull you out of a karma game is acceptance.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So Priyansi is saying, how do we accept people around us? I try my level best, but at times it becomes really difficult to accept people around in terms of behavior and actions.
Priyansi, my first question, if you were my client and sitting in front of me and saying this to me, my first question would have been, Priyansi, how much do you accept yourself? Or how much do you judge yourself? Or how much do you criticize yourself? Because everyone who comes in your life is only and only your mirror. They will do things which are not acceptable to you to remind you again and again that, sweetheart, learn to accept yourself. The day you start learning, loving and accepting yourself the way you are, people in your life will start behaving in such a way that you will have a problem to decide whether I can accept him or not. There will no need of that. The need will go away.
Next question.
Is that clear, Priyansi? Any question after this? You want more explanation?
Ma'am, at times it happens that their behavior really disturbs me. I am working on myself a lot, that I accept myself also, but then at times it becomes really...
Check that behavior. What is that behavior? For example, somebody is lying to you a lot, and now this irritates you. Just go inside and see, where did you lie to others and where did you lie to yourself? Because most of the time we do not lie to others, we lie to ourselves more. We don't cheat others, we cheat ourselves more. When, supposing your father yelled at you, and you're so upset that he yelled at you, you're so angry, and then suddenly you say, no, it's okay, it doesn't matter, it's my father. Doesn't matter, so what? He's elder to me. He loves me also so much. Now you bargained. You used it as a defense mechanism so that you don't get the pain. But the truth is, you are in pain. Accept your pain. Look at your pain and say, yeah, I have a pain. Then you're not lying to yourself. Otherwise, you're lying to yourself. So check what is that particular behavior that is disturbing you. So just keep a notebook or a diary, small little notebook with you. The moment somebody does something and you see this person has done this thing which is irritating me, just write it. Do nothing. Just write it. And then when you have time, then you see where is it coming in your aura. Why did this person see this in your aura and now is repeating it? The people are mirror. Okay?
Yes, I'll surely try this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So
yeah.
Now there are two people who wanted to understand this question. One is Shivani, the other is Rohini. The question is, they want to know whether healing is possible. Is it true that if you heal one issue, one more will pop up? Then healing will be ongoing, question mark, endlessly, question mark.
Yeah. Our thoughts definitely work or deter our chakras. Okay? And if they interfere in the free flow of the chakras movement, you are not at ease or you have a dis-ease. Whenever you heal the chakra related to that thought starts working fine. Because now that thought is healed, so the chakra is healed. And then your frequency of movement of your existence becomes better, higher. So say today it is 10. You start working on your jealousy. The jealousy part is taken care of. Good. Now your frequency is 20. Now if your frequency is now 20, something more needs to be healed, which is in resonance with the frequency of 20. When you are able to handle your frequency of 10, universe will only present you the issues which are in resonance with 10. But the moment your frequency becomes better, a new issue will come, because that also is a thought that needs to be healed, which will be little higher than the first one. Then you heal that. Your frequency becomes better. You go to frequency of 30. Something else which will be in resonance of 30 will come. What is the difference? The only difference is that every time your frequency is higher and a new problem comes, your way of responding to it becomes different. It does not give you so much of pain now. Slowly you're going towards awareness. And anything that you handle with awareness gives you lesser pain. Point is this, where is your focus? And Rohini, this is to you, especially. Where is your focus? Your focus is only in the pain. Your focus is only in the dis-ease. Remove your focus from there and take it to the awareness that you have got because of this. Just keep your focus there. If you will have focus on your dis-ease, then every time you heal, a new dis-ease will come. But if you keep your focus on the wisdom that you have got because of this dis-ease, which has helped you to make your frequency higher, then wisdom is what you will get. That is how I started the class today. Where is your focus?
Thank you, dear.
Yeah. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All what do you call it? Hocus in the hocus pocus, whatever it is called. Somewhere there only. Okay.
Okay. So the next question is by Shambhu. He says, should we be manifesting anything or be in surrender and allow it to manifest?
In any case, you cannot manifest anything unless you are in surrender mode. For manifesting, you have to be in surrender mode. Only then you can manifest. Otherwise, what you do is called zid. Okay? Whenever we all have desires and there is no harm in it. But when you have a desire and you pray to God, you ask God for it, then ask and simply add a line if it is to the best of my benefit. If it is in alignment to my plan, then ask. Then give it to me, God. Whatever you ask, you will get. But if you're not getting, then please understand that there is something not good for you in that. That is why universe is not giving you. So surrender. Tell universe, this is the end result. I want this. How you give it to me is your choice. Problem is when we manifest what we need to get, and we also then try to manifest how to get it. This is where universe gets very confused. You want it, then you tell me I will get it to you. How I get it is not your problem. Now, if you want to become rich, then just ask universe, I want to have a comfortable and luxury life. Why you want to become rich? So that you can have a luxurious life. Ask universe to give you a luxurious life. How he gives is not your bloody job. Now what we do is we say, oh God, my father has such a huge house, and he should, when he dies, he should give this house to me and not to my brother. Now you start manifesting that. God, please give wisdom to my father, give wisdom to my father. No. You want luxury? Tell universe, I want to live rest of my life in luxury. How you do it? It's your job. Maybe you get a job in a bloody 5-star hotel where you only are surrounded with the luxury. Enjoy that luxury. What is it that you want? Ask God for that. Try to manifest that. How to get it? That don't do. Don't interfere with his way. Because universe, God is sitting there and he's playing chess. If you want a particular job, say you want to become a general manager for a company, particular company, you tell him, I want to be there. That's it. Now let him do what he has to do. He will have to, now he's playing on a chessboard, he will pick the pawn, put it there, then he'll say, okay, no, but if I put the pawn here, the camel will kill him. So let me first put the camel here, then he'll put the camel there, and then he'll say, no, but he has a danger with the horse. Let me move the horse this way, keep it here. He is playing chess so that you get what you want. But what happens? The moment he puts the pawn from here to there, we sit down and say, God, what are you doing? Are you mad? Why are you putting pawn there? No. I never said to put the pawn there. I said, I want to become the king. Yeah, but wait. Let me play and let me reach to a stage. Let me create that environment where you become a general manager. What is the, supposing you get you become a supposing HR head. And I know this very beautiful case. All his life, he kept on working on this. I want to become HR head. I want to become HR head. So he becomes HR head. But lot of work he did. Lot of modalities. And now he's the HR head. You know, when did he get his letter of HR head? 1st of Feb. So he enjoys first 1 month. March comes. Corona comes. All the labor of the factory left, wanted to go away. Now the boss says it is your job to make sure no labor leaves the city. Because once Corona will be finished, we will have to do. Can you believe it? He was morning to evening as a HR head. He was going from one labor's house to another where there is a complete curfew and you have to maintain social distancing. So he used to stand in Noida only near the expressway from where all the migrants were walking down back to their houses. He would stand there and he will keep looking at every labor. Anybody from my factory, I will catch him and take him back. So he got the HR head. But when did he get it? So if universe was not making him an HR, because universe knew it. What is going to happen? The COVID is coming. Not right time. But he wanted it. So always ask universe what you want and then leave. Let him play the chess. You don't play. You don't know his game. So don't have patience. So problem is we ask God, God, please give me patience, 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 give me patience. And then we say, oh God, give me patience and give me now. And God gets also confused. What type of patience is this that you wanted now? Yeah. So be there. Yeah. Any other question, Kavita? I can see 57 chats.
Yeah. So Shambhu is saying, I meant with each desire we enter again pain and pleasure cycle.
Yeah.
So should we putting out our energies out in desiring for something?
Shambhu, you know why people, I do not know why people think that desire is not a very good thing. Believe me, if you didn't have a desire to live, you wouldn't breathe. So as I said, no emotion is good or bad. So desires are good. No, you should not stop desiring. Please desire, but with surrender and no attachments. Don't get attached to the result of the desire that you have. If it is for your benefit, if it is bringing you good, let it happen. It will happen.
Okay, so the next one is by Vasu. Ma'am, when will healing may take place? When we feel the pain or awareness? What is difference between both?
When we feel the pain or when we get aware, we have the wisdom. Yeah. Healing always happens on two levels. One is the transformation and another one is the wisdom. And both of them are equally important. The pain comes, you work on you see from where it is coming, why it is coming, what is it teaching me, how is it benefiting me, you get the wisdom. Once the wisdom is there, then the pain doesn't need to be there. It has done its job. It will go. Pain is a symptom. Pain is not a disease. You don't need to cure pain. Pain is a symptom which has come to tell you that this part or this aspect of your life needs your attention. Pain is pay attention in now. Okay, so if you have an organ inside the body, unless there is a pain, you will never know there is some problem going on in the body because you can't see that. So pain only comes to tell you, put your attention to this part of your body. There is some issue there. And then once you acknowledge the pain, okay, you have come to tell me that this part has a problem and I'm going to look after this part. Pain will go. Okay, so pain is only a knock on the door. Pain is not the no, not the outcome. Pain is not a person who, the energy which enters your house. He's no robber, he's no dacoit, he's no bad person. He's only a knock. If you will not listen to the knock, then pain will have to open the door and come in. Okay. See, people who have cancer, sometimes they go to the third stage and they have no pain. And by the time they come to know, it's already third or fourth stage. But then you cannot do anything for him. It is too late. You can't save their lives. So it's better to have a pain on the stage 1 and 2. And so at least if the pain is there, you know something is wrong, you go for your test, you go for your diagnosis, and at least now we can do so many things to save your life. So pain is always welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Next.
Okay, the next one is from, 1 second. Maria.
Yeah, Maria.
A question is there, if there is time. So the political environment is asking for Black Lives Matter and for certain sections.
Yeah.
And for apologizing for actions in the past. This may seem like separating the races or communities, but for certain sections of the spiritual community, the motto is all lives matter. And that we are all one collective consciousness. How do we reconcile honoring the past and also staying true to unity and seeing us all as connected? Especially if we believe we may have been different genders or races in the past. I'm trying to reconcile what to do.
Yeah. So, Maria, my first line that I would want to answer you is, remember, in a life, whenever you do not accept any aspect of your life, any aspect, whether it is for a gender, or it is a color, or it is a caste, whatever, or religion. If you have not accepted that aspect, you have not worked on that aspect, you will come in the next life to understand that aspect of yours and experience this with experience this time. So you have choices. So I see a black man and I can judge, oh, he's not good. And doesn't matter, if he's black, I can do and say whatever I want to say to this person. I can do that. In the next life, I'll for sure, because I have not understood him. I have not accepted him. Next life, I will take a birth as a black person to understand that aspect that I left behind. It is not a punishment to me. That because I judged a person who was black and I was not good for him with him, so now in this life I have become black and I am now going to experience it. No, no, no. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I have to complete the understanding of that aspect, and therefore now I will take birth. Whether it is a religion or anything. Now, having said this on the soul point of view, when it comes to the mind point of view, yes, when people with a particular caste or color or racism is there, and people's behavior with these people disturbs us. It gives us pain. Now to say just that, if I say, it will sound very, very uncanny that I try to say that is their story and they have come to experience that. People will not find it very good if I speak. What best we can do is we can stop judging them. That can be my first contribution. Past, we are on the linear timeline. So past is there to teach us something. Learn from it. Past is not to give us any emotion. Whatever people did in the past, say for example, racism. Yeah, it was painful. So what is the lesson we have learned? We will not judge them. We will honor them. Good, bad, ugly. That's why we have a past. Past is not that we, because we are in a linear timeline. We are not on the optical timeline that you go here, experience the pain, come back here. Go there, feel the emotion, come back here. No, that is optical timeline. We are in linear. Once we have gone from here, this place, we have moved further. Yes, we can turn back and see it and learn from this. Yes, we can do that. But we don't need to go there and experience the pain or the emotion and come back here and live a life here. That is not a good idea. We can turn back, look at it, study it, history, geography, everything, socially where is it coming from, why it was coming, who are the people who did it, what was there behind in their mind. All these studies, yes, we can do so that when I don't have to judge them, I have all the facts in my head. But we don't need to experience it. People at that time when the racism was happening have experienced it already. That was their time, not now. But if it disturbs you hell of a lot, then definitely sometime you were there. You have experienced that emotion. Work on that emotion. When you were there, what exactly had happened. So only two things. Either you have guilt of practicing racism, either you have a guilt of that, or you were the victim of that. One of the things has to be there. Okay? Yeah.
So,
any other question?
An interesting one from Shambhu again. How appropriate it is to be focused on healing each day, or just feel perfect and heal whenever and wherever it surfaces. Acknowledge and heal. Like this, we not hunting imperfections each day.
Yeah. Good. So Shambhu, in any case, whether you like it or you don't like it, you do it or you don't do it, you want it or you don't want it, you're healing with each and every breath that you're taking. Because every breath of yours is counted for. With every breath you have already decided, what is it I am going to learn from this breath? So whether there is pain in it or there is pleasure in it, you are still learning and you're still healing. And you're becoming healthy. What is healing? Healing is becoming healthy. So you want to do it or not? Yes. When there is a particular aspect which consciously I cannot see and which needs healing, then the pain comes and then you put your attention there and then you heal it. Then you heal it more. Otherwise, I personally believe we heal every moment. Each and every moment makes me a better, healthier person. Yeah. Thank you, Swapnili.
Sanvi asks, can we know an event or situation is a new karma being created or a previous being completed?
This is every class of mine, this question comes. Karma, and the difference in the karma and the kriya is when an action happens and there is no emotion attached to it, it is kriya. But the moment there is an emotion attached to it, it is karma. An interesting part is, even if too much of pleasure or happiness or excitement attached to a action can also be karmic, a positive karma, but it can be karmic too. Every action that brings any emotion to you, which you know when will come back, will give you pain, that will be a karma. And whenever anything happens, you look at it from observer's mode, it's kriya. The point is, how do we know whether it is new karma or it is a fresh karma, or I'm closing the cycle? If something happens in your life, which generally according to your education, according to your seer, your social, emotional, economical, education, religion, according to that, it should give you pain. It should be just wrong. But that thing happens to you and it does not give you pain. And you don't judge it wrong also. You're okay with it. That is completion of karma. So you're going, somebody takes away your wallet. And you're so angry with that person. If I see him, I'll kill him. Starting of new karma for sure. But if somebody takes away and you say, oh damn, today again somebody took it away. Every time I go in the bus, somebody takes away. All right. Maybe he needs it more than me. And you move on. This is a karma cycle being closed. In some life, you have taken his wallet, he's taken yours and gone, and it has not affected you. Then it is karma closing. Yeah? Is that okay?
So the next one, I don't know the name, but the mobile phone says 1 plus 7.
Yeah.
There is a fear that is in my mind and it has been there for 3 years now. After I had a session with a psychologist and what she said. I've done a lot of self-work in order to overcome it. I have come a long way, but still that fear doesn't let me give my 100%. How to overcome that?
What fear is it? Can you tell that? 1 plus?
1 plus
is there a
7.
Yeah. So please just write the fear. What fear is it?
I don't see any response from.
No. She said this person is a.
Acha, niche, okay.
She said this person is also a face reader, and
she said next. No,
she'll come. Yeah, she must be typing.
I'll have a major emotional break.
Okay, so just write if you want to. And if you say, I will have a major emotional breakdown, it means you have not worked on it at all. You said, although. When you will be 21-year-old, what will happen to you?
Read it complete. I'll have a major emotional breakdown when I'll be 21 years. Probably this.
I'll have a breakup with my boyfriend. Okay, all right. And then you will have an emotional breakdown.
So the psychologist and the face reader told her this.
Yeah. So this is a psychologist who's also a face reader who has told her this, predicted it for her, and now she is living with this fear, right?
Yeah.
So many things. 1. When we talk about predictions, I'll just take the name of one of a very big icon who is very well, उनकी बहुत मान्यता है, a lot of people believe in him. And he had a huge following over here. No scandal, no nothing, for a change. Now, when he was to die, and he was in the hospital, and all his followers started saying, you know, we should send him healing, we should send him prayers, we should send him healing so that he's become okay. And I also was wondering at that time that he's the one guy who's been, you know, healing everyone. He has the capacity to touch person and heal that person. And now he needs us to heal him. There is something not correct. Something is not in resonance. So anyways, we realized then later on that he had categorically sent a message to many souls that please stop sending me healing, because I had decided that if I've taken birth on this earth, then there is some karma left for me to complete. I have just, so rest of my life was very nice, good, very healthy. Never ever had even anything. But now, this is my choice to leave the body with the karma completing through the body, not through the emotions, not through the mind, but through the body. So please don't do that. This person had already said that I will leave this world in 2018 or something. He had said. And this is a story of around 2014. So somebody just, on the soul level, somebody is talking, and the person who's talking is also a very, very strong person. And when he spoke to him that in that case, you said you will go in 17, why you want to go now? And he said, to tell you all people that even I cannot predict my death. Because there is no time for death. In metaphysical world, there is no 2018, 2017, 2019. There is no before Isa. There is no after Christ. Nothing. So there is no time. So nobody can ever predict a time. So first thing, if somebody says at this age something has to happen, you should understand. Even if God comes and tells you, there is no time. Even God doesn't have a watch. Okay, one thing. Second, so supposing somebody has predicted that your boyfriend will leave you. Now, you are lucky. Somebody is telling you that storm is coming before the storm comes. That is what the weather predictions are. What do you do when you know? So for example, these days it is big time story came over here in India, in Delhi, that Delhi is actually at the epicenter of 7.8 Richter, what do you call it?
Richter scale.
Richter scale pe, what do you call it? Earthquake. So what do I do now? I live here. Should I leave Delhi? Or should I start experiencing the effect of earthquake even before earthquake comes? So if I start yelling, shouting, crying, everything is going away, and what will we do and how will we do? Let's pack up everything. Let's go to Mumbai. I am dying even before the earthquake is here. Who would call me wise? But yes, am I not going to listen to those weather predictions? I am. So I was just talking to my kids. Now next when we change this house, we will go and take a house in an independent house. I will not take some house on the 12th floor. I cannot go down so fast from the stairs. What I'm trying to do? Finding a solution so that the effect is minimum. So anxiety and fears always come worry of the future. And what has to happen in future will in any case happen. You are very lucky that you got somebody in your life who has predicted it pehle se, so that you have your preparation. So love your boyfriend maximum what you can love him. Because he's here for till 21 years. And then whatever amount of love respect, attention he is giving, enjoy it completely. Because he will not give it to you after 21 years. Enjoy it completely. Be in love without attachment. There is a program we do, it is called Soulful Relationship, where we have this thing. And Kavita, you can send her that video of mine where we have spoken about love without attachments. Love him without attachment, without any expectation. And see, at the age of 21, if he has to leave you at all, if that she says it is right, then when he goes, you will have no pain. Because you're not attached, because you're ready for it. But if he does not leave you, imagine amount of love you have experienced with him, with your acceptance, amount of love you have been able to give. Look at your heart chakra, where it will be. And then he stays back with you, he will stay back very healthy, in a healthy relationship with you, if the prediction is wrong. Okay, so all the predictions are there so that you are prepared. So when Corona came in the beginning, we were not prepared. We had no prediction. You know how we did and behaved? Everybody died in their own house even before Corona touched it. And then slowly somebody said it will stay till November, December. Okay, now what? We are doing everything. We are going out. We are eating food. We are going to the office. We are planning the future. Everything is being done because now we are ready. So thanks to people who predict. Whether they predict right or wrong, I don't know. Because even God cannot predict time because he also doesn't have a watch. But if your friend has been able to do it, fine, good, enjoy it. Take advantage of it. Okay?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You are welcome, but I would love to see your face or at least the name. 1 + 7 is not a good name.
Ma'am, it's Aditi and I have some electricity issue at my house.
Oh, okay,
right now.
okay. All right, Aditi, not an issue, not an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So just enjoy life and enjoy the love of your boyfriend till the age of 21. What is your age now?
Ma'am, I'm 20 and I'll be turning 21 in October.
Excellent. You have good 3 months. Enjoy. All right.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah. And without attachment, what I would suggest, if you ask me from my wisdom and age, start looking for another one also. Just in case.
No, ma'am, it'll be 6 years in October, so it's
doesn't
going to be
matter.
really
People live for,
difficult.
sweetheart, people live for 23 years. I lived with my husband for 23 years and I divorced. Simple. So when the time will come, it will come. 6 months or 6 years, the pain is the same. So you have to learn to accept and love without attachment. Okay? 6 years is a good enough time, yeah? See, we also have to understand Aditi and others. We are at that moment in this world, at this moment, where we are on the timeline. In the sense, we are at the, we have to finish lots of our karmas completely, a lot of karma. This time is the time of karma closing. Okay? And which means we have to complete our karmas with everyone. So supposing in one life I went to one person, married him, and I said, for 7 lives I will be with you. I will love you. I will always love you. And next life, for certain reason, I couldn't find him. He became my father. Because that is what happens. Relationship changes. Every time we change a body. Now, so I couldn't marry him. I went and married somebody else. And I said, listen, I love you so much. I will always love you. 7 lives I will live with you. Commitment there. Next life I gave commitment to. So how many people I have given commitment, and because this is the time to close the karma. Oath and promises are very, very big karmic. And because now I have to close the karma, I have to have affair with everyone. I have to go and tell everyone I love you. So naturally I have one life and so many promises. So I have to go and having, that is the reason why multiple affairs are having. 2 years, 6 years, 3 years, 4 years. So enjoy it. You're at the right time at the right place. बहुत सही समय पे you have taken birth, Aditi. Okay, so just enjoy it till it lasts.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yep, time will flies in your classes and in the end they'll still मांगे more.
थोड़ा सा और क्वेश्चन है, एड्रेस कर दें?
किसका?
प्रियांशी का एक.
हाँ कर दो.
So at times my family members say to me that we are not your clients. Being psychological counselor, how do we draw a line here? It happens unconsciously.
What does the parents say?
We are not your clients.
Yeah. Please, for God's sake, stop treating your parents as your clients. No role reversal. They have given you birth. They are in the Grihastha ashram. They will give you the energy. You have to receive it as a child. So please, stop giving gyan to your parents, even as a psychologist. Even if you know that this is good for them, don't do it. Because if they have to take advantage of it, they know. Samne they know khana rakha hua hai. If the food is, the buffet system is there, the food is lying there, and you still do not choose to go and have food, it is your choice. Respect it. Honor their choice. They don't want to eat, they don't want to eat. You eat. You are hungry, you eat. It's your choice. Okay? We have a problem when we become therapists and we become psychologists or doctors. We try to fix everybody's life. Sorry. If you had to fix your life, their lives, if you had a sole contract of fixing their lives, you would not have taken birth in them as a doctor. Then they would have come in your life only as a client. But they didn't. It was your choice. It's the soul which chooses the parents. You chose them as parents. Now you want to change them into client. ऐसे नहीं होता है. You don't change the rule in the middle of the game. Okay? Now that you have started playing this game, bloody you play all your life. And be the child all your life. You will find many other people to become your clients. And how does it make you feel? When you know your parents are doing something which is not good for their health, and you know how to make it healthy, and when they do not do it, how does it make you feel, Priyansi?
Ma'am, I just work on myself. That if I'm not able to accept them, then I have to work on myself. So
Yes, but how does it make you feel when your parents say we are not your clients?
It really irritates me a lot that I don't want to do it intentionally, but it just comes out of me that, you shouldn't be saying this, do this. No, this is not the way you talk to someone. If they're shouting or if they're being rude, I'm like, no, this is not the way you talk to someone. You shouldn't be using such sentences with someone. So it comes like automatically from me.
Yeah, because you are changing your role when you're telling them how to talk. And then when they don't listen, it irritates you. Work on your irritation on role reversal. Okay? Work on your irritation. So who in your life has changed the role and you're not liking it? So for example, you take up a job and a friend of yours becomes your boss. Now you have played with her from your childhood and now she's your boss and she's telling you what to do. Role reversed, and that irritates you. That's where it is coming from. Okay, an example I'm giving. All questions done, Kavita ji?
One question.
Okay.
Is it appropriate as a healer to continue learning new modalities, or one should concentrate on one and stick to it as each modality complements the other? When is the indication to stop, or is it continuous? This is by Priyanka Gupta.
Priyanka, all you need to find is that fine line between the need and the greed. Very fine line. When our need becomes our greed. Just people who are from other country, just excuse me, Maria, I can see you and other people who do not understand Hindi, but there is one thing I want to say, a sentence to them. कि बहुत अच्छा है कि जुस्तजू है कि खूब से है खूब तर कहाँ. बहुत अच्छा है कि जुस्तजू है कि खूब से है खूब तक कहाँ, पर रुकना कहाँ है, ये भी तो है देखना। ठीक है, बहुत, it's nice, it is good that you are always looking for something which is better than best. It's very good, but then you have to know, you have to stop somewhere, and that only and only you will know. Nobody can decide for you. Okay.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank
Good
you so
evening.
much for a wonderful answer. But how is there any indication, or how do you come to know that? That's my problem.
Yeah. So whenever you want to do a modality, ask yourself why I'm doing it. What is the reason? Nobody, with yourself, you can't tell lie. If you ask somebody else can say things which can make you happier. But you will never tell yourself lies, so find out without using your critical filter, maybe in your meditation. Why I want to do it? Because that person has done it and that has made their life better.
Ma'am, the answer comes that it is a faster modality, faster, quicker result for the client or the patient who's coming in. Gets
So
healed
just
fast.
now it is your choice then, Priyanka.
Yes.
We have two choices always. You know, that is why right from the childhood we hear that story of tortoise and the hare. You want a quick fix or you want a constant fix? Choice is yours. Everybody has come with a different theme.
Yes.
Some people have a theme where they will do the quick fix work, make you okay and move on. Now if the pattern, but then the pattern comes back because you have not completely fixed it. So to remove the pattern is your theme or not? You are the only one who will be able to answer it. Nobody else.
Because I want both constant and fast.
So good. So in that case, one, if you want complete in-depth knowledge and in-depth healing so that you make a person capable of healing themselves or to make sure that the disease does not come again, then work with their mind. Because whatever healing you do, it will take you to your mind ultimately. Because mind is the only one which creates diseases. Mind is the only one which sanctions diseases. So teach them through that. And then you want to do quick fix, then learn a modality which is on the outer energy levels. So outside the mind, there are energy levels where you work with the, say, astral bodies, or you work with the
Aura body.
causal body. No, not aura, causal body. They are outside, beyond the mind. They work very quick and fast because astral body and your causal body density is very less. They're very, very subtle. Because density is less, the molecules are spread out, healing happens quick and fast. But the moment you come to mind, mind has thoughts. Thoughts are electromagnetic. So your astral body is your magnetic charges. Your causal body has electric charges. But when you come to the mind, it is big. That's why it becomes electromagnetic charges. Then the bodies are not so subtle. These from mind till the aura, these subtle bodies affect your body, physical body a lot. And their molecules are closer. And therefore, it takes time to heal them. But once they are healed, every molecule of yours is healed, including your physical body. Okay? So,
yes.
Through my knowledge, this is what I can suggest.
So what is the right modality for that, ma'am?
That would be very difficult for me to say, Priyanka, what will be the right modalities, because even though if I will give you a very honest answer, this is how the world is, people take it as a judgment. So I'm nobody to judge which is better or not. So I have given you the very clear-cut answer. Work with the subtle bodies and work with the mind. Because when you work with the mind, your emotions are worked on, your aura is worked on, and then your physical body is worked on. So this is basically chunk of the healing that happens. But yes, definitely when there are people who come to you for healing, sometimes they are so much in pain that you feel like, you know, it's like the moment somebody's come for pain, you give them an injection of so that he can sleep off. And then in the morning you will do his diagnosis, and then you will take him to the room, different machines and diagnose, and then you will start saying, okay, this person has this problem, this surgery has to be done. But the moment people come to you in the emergency, you don't start giving diagnosis, diagnosing it for them. So this is exactly what happens. Quick fix, work with the energy, they will at least be lesser with the pain. But then go and diagnose and see what actually caused the problem. Because with the energy work, only when you work with people, then it is generally, diagnosis does not happen. So somebody comes to you with the pain, you will give them an injection to sleep. They'll go off to sleep. In the morning, how you are? I'm good. But after 7 days, they'll come back. No, because you have not been able to find out why the pain was there. You have not worked on it. Okay. If you want to ask about mind, I can tell you hypnotherapy is the best way. There is no other way. I mean, hypnotherapy, not because I teach hypnotherapy, but the best way is to understand the subconscious mind, wherever you go and want to learn from.
Sure,
but subconscious mind.
I'm on the right track then.
So
much. I just wanted a reassurance as if I'm on the right, because somebody gave me a comment.
Yeah.
And they said that you are you've done so much and you're like jack of everything. Like, how can you, like, you're not sticking to one, you just stick to one, leave others. So I was a bit confused and I thought you were the best person who could help me in this.
Where do you stay, Priyanka?
I'm in Delhi.
Okay. Are you Priyanka Gupta? That Priyanka Gupta, the designer?
No, ma'am. I am. I have done my clinical hypnotherapy certification already, and I believe you will be doing the teachers training program.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
To join that.
You want to wait. You're waiting for that. Okay. All right. Okay, Priyanka. Perfect. So don't leave what you have learned. Everything that you have learned, every modality that you have learned till now teaches you something. Enjoy that. Yeah.
So one last small question. I don't know the answer to this because I
How small?
Innusa.
Innusa.
Yeah. Okay. So what was the question earlier about increasing the Lakshmi? Intrigued by what that meant at start at class. Maria is asking that.
Yeah. So Maria, in India, Lakshmi is a goddess of wealth, prosperity, money. Okay. So this question was that this person said, how can I attract Lakshmi? How can I attract prosperity? So what happens is, in India, there are three very, very important goddesses. Okay. Do you want to write? You can write it. It will be an interesting thing for you. The first one is known as Durga. D-U-R-G-A. Now this is the goddess of action. And you can only be good in action if you have passion. Action without passion is it's outside your body. But when you do the same action with the passion, you do it from inside the body. From in your inner self. When I say inside body, doesn't mean your inner organs. What I'm saying is from your inner self. Okay? Then we have another goddess which is very, very well known, and her name is Saraswati. S-A-R-A-S-W-A-T-I. Saraswati. She is the goddess of knowledge. Now, knowledge is always connected or associated with charity, giving away. Knowledge is something supposed to be given away. It is not to be taken in and keeping and holding it. The moment you hold on to the knowledge, the flow stops. So, if you are in action with passion, with the knowledge about your action, with the awareness of your action, Lakshmi will have no choice but to walk in, because both her sisters are here. Okay, which means the prosperity, the money, the wealth will come if in each of your action there is knowledge and awareness. When our actions are without any awareness, Lakshmi may come, but she will either go away or she will come to you incomplete, because complete Lakshmi is the one which gives you prosperity also. Samriddhi bhi honi chahiye, paise ke saath. So if you have money and you do not have the prosperity, it is incomplete energy of Lakshmi. And the complete energy of Lakshmi will stay for long, and that will only come if her two sisters, which is Durga and Saraswati, are there, which is action and awareness and knowledge. Yeah? Clear? Good. Yeah, that's what I was talking. That's why I was saying it is so much away from karma that I didn't take it in the otherwise in the class. Thank you, Swapnil. Thank you. Okay, guys.
So
Any
thank
other
you guys.
questions?
Thank you for coming in. And if you have more questions, you can write to Miss Neerja or to myself or in the group. I'll be sharing about more further courses. So looking forward to see you next month. It will be 3rd Sunday of the month.
Which will be what date? Which will be July?
Priyansi, please let me know the date. Let me continue my speech here. Okay,
So Priyanshi is your time and space.
Yes.
So the 3rd Sunday next month will be on 19th of July.
Oh no.
Oh yes. And that's the day what I'm doing. I'm doing that step-by-step therapy revision.
Can we have the 4th Sunday then? Can we fix 4th Sundays? No.
Why? What is there?
I will not be in Ajmer. I will not have the Wi-Fi.
Great. So guys, we are going to enjoy the next wow without Kavita. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. Wow. So it is 19th. Okay. We are not changing it.
Neerja, at this I couldn't stop. The Tom and Jerry action.
The Tom and Jerry started. Yeah. So we will be here again on 19th, and it's Kavita's job to make sure that she is on the forum, not ours. Okay.
So guys, please bring in your family members and the friends. The more you spread it, the more healing happens in the universe. Thank you, Miss Neerja, for joining us and for complete 2 hours, 2.5, in fact, 2.25 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See you guys. Thank you so much for being there in my universe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Time flies with you,
so
ma'am.
much, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Mohini, I love you.
Neerja, we love you.
Thank you. I love you all.
सुनाई नहीं आया, पास लाके बोलना पड़ेगा मोहिनी मैम.
Thank you, Kavita.
Welcome.
Updated.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Kavita ma'am.